did the whole Jar Jar Abrams thing.
The name, the calling him Jar Jar Abrams started with me on Trek Space, almost 8 months before the movie came out when we were talking about it, and definitely started getting bandied about. Yes.
It was me, Loki.
It was me. Mine.
I will take over the world. Actually, it's Chris Berger that's going to take over the world with his wonderful thumbnails.
There's an army of supermen who take over the world.
The army of superheroes.
That's oh god, is that Plan 9 from Outer Space?
No, it's actually it's the movie they did before that called The Grave Robbers. No, that was Grave. No, I'm sorry, I'm not Plan 9, but the other one before that. It was because he did his speech in Ed Wood, but it was a movie the movie he did right before whatchamacallit, Plan 9.
An army of superheroes. I dare say it's a legion.
Bride of the Atom, I think.
Yeah,
I knew that was from an Ed Wood movie.
Oh yeah, well Ed Wood chronicled it, but it was the movie that he did with whatchamacallit, damn it, Lugosi. The first one he did was Bride of the Atom. So there you go.
Check that out, Klobby.
What?
It's Red Lantern Loki.
Yeah. Nice.
Thanks to the beautiful, wonderful work of Chris Berger.
Fantastic,
dude. Very own Red Lantern. Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, very nice work.
I can't. Thank you, Chris. All right, are we ready to get going? I think we're ready to get going.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. If I can find the button. Button. Where's the button? God help me. Don't ever tell Eris I said that. You know what? For it, Valhalla. It's clobbering time. Clobbering times. The man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Clobbering times! Let's blow that shit up with 24/7 Fusion Media! Light the fires, Valhalla, for Stone Cold Loki! table. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Hope you guys are doing well. Good evening. Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000 was the first in the door. Keely Chow, roll tide. Keely, roll tide, my brother. Penny, good evening, Penny. It is so good to see you. Chris Persia, the wrench of wrenches, is here. Lord Boff says, all hail, Lord Boff. How are you doing, my friend? June Wong is here. Hail. Good to see you, June Wong. Good evening, everybody. Ironcaster said something, but he's in chat, but he's on, I don't know. He's here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark D with a C is here as well. Good evening, Mark D with a C. It is good to see you.
The great Mark D with a C.
The great Mark D with a C.
You should come in and hang out with us.
Dude, you're more than welcome. I will send you a link. You
okay.
are more than welcome to come in. Or you can.
I have to
follow.
find it.
Yeah.
I found it.
Send it.
Only if he feels like it. I mean, might be busy tonight, but you know.
You're more than welcome to come in here and hang out. Gwagnar, what is up, Gwagnar? Gwagnar, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Gwagnar.
Magnar.
Why did you do that twice? That was weird. Gwagnar, yes. So good evening, guys. Hope you all doing well. Leia Rose, what is up? She says, hail 24/7 and hey, clobbering time. Good evening, Leia Rose.
Hey, Leia.
What is up, guys? Let me welcome. Of course, you guys know him. He's been doing Jack Kirby month all this month. He is the king of comics.
Well, Jack
the
is
one, the only clobbering time. So are you.
No, thanks, buddy.
You're not the king creator, but you're the king of all things comics.
I'm the king of noise. I make noise about comics. I'm the king of promoting the king, I guess. I don't know what it is. Hello there, my good friends on the panel. Always great to hang out with you, my buddies. It's always fantastic. And of course, amazing people in the chat. It's always the coolest. What a great gang we have here. And hail to the king, baby. It's my last chance to really celebrate the king tonight. Kirby month went by quick. Hey, Lord. I don't think I did a good job of celebrating this month. I'm pretty angry with myself about it. But we're going to keep working at it, you know.
I think you did great. You kicked ass, took names, and stole babies' lollipops while you were at it.
Well, now I want a lollipop, and I don't have one.
I will send you one.
Thank you. It could be a Tootsie Pop. If it has to be, it's fine. That'll work. It's not really a lollipop, but it'll work.
I don't have a Tootsie Pop. All I have is Dum Dums.
Okay, dope.
Those are cool. So I can see you Dum Dum Pop.
Those work.
All right.
Ain't bad at all.
The guy who likes to blow shit up 24/7 Fusion Media is here. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just glad to be here. You know, always a great time, to be here with everyone. So glad to have classics here. Ironcasters in the house. So shit, hell, I'm ready to have a good time, man. So then thank you to the chat. Love y'all, Valhalla. Everybody saying what's up to me, man. Love you guys. Hopefully, you guys are having a great week. Now, again, I'm just happy to be here. So, shit, let's, let the good times roll.
Pack of Twizzlers. Damn it, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Pack of Twizzlers.
He likes Twizzlers. Another one with the Twizzlers. Him and Mark.
I've got a box of Oreo Cakesters stashed, just in case I need something. I can't eat any of that shit anymore. It sucks.
It better be the red, not the black ones.
What?
It better be the red Twizzlers, not the black Twizzlers.
Yeah, it's got to be the red Twizzlers. So Classic Comics is with us again tonight. How are you doing, my friend? I got to get you on the intro. I've been worried I'm going to put him on the intro and then he's not going to show up for one.
Well, it's fine to keep it like it is for now because, a new semester starting. So I know I may have to bow out here in a few weeks. I'm not sure. We'll have to see.
Okay.
So you don't need to change anything right now. But thank you anyway, though. I appreciate the thought. And thanks for having me on again. Hello to the chat. Always good to see you folks. And everyone else here on the panel. Good to see you guys as always, ready to get into it.
All right. And of course, we have a special guest tonight. It's his first time on the Comic Book Roundtable, the one and only, the man that I stream with every Tuesday over on Pop's Talk, Ironcaster. How are you doing, brother?
Oh, we are doing just fine, folks. Oh, I actually made a video. I actually put out a video yesterday. Believe it or not.
You not normally put out videos?
No.
Really?
No. It's usually just like I'm streaming with other people, but every now and then I'm like, why don't I actually turn a camera on and talk about something?
What is that even like? I mean, you're like, I'm going to destroy these things that I do not. I mean, do you get like gruff, evil Ironcaster mode, or?
Oh, this case, it was just kind of, I needed to kind of write down or record my thoughts for a little posterity of an upcoming Netflix anime live action adaptation. How do I feel about it before it comes out?
I don't even know if I want to get into that. I don't want anything ruining my anime.
This one might actually be good, I dare say.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That is our crew for tonight. Let's get into this. You know, the more I look at, and we might talk about Blue Beetle. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to. I don't even know if I want to talk about it or not.
Talk about what?
I'll just say taco a whole bunch of times and get called a racist. The more I see what's going on, the more it feels like the comic book industry is like Leslie Nielsen in Naked Gun, going, nothing to see here, as everything exploding and burning down behind him. Everything's fine. The situation is normal. Please go back to your cars. Go back to your homes. Nothing to see here. Move along. And I gotta wonder, I really do. How far into rock bottom are they gonna get before they're like, yeah, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just gonna keep their heads buried until it's far too late, and it may already be far too late.
Yeah, it probably is already too late.
Do you think that's what's going to happen, Glavi?
What?
That it's just going to burn to the ground, and they aren't going to do anything to stop it.
I mean, I think it's always a possibility. More likely, I think they're going to keep limping, and every time they get really close, put some kind of Band-Aid on it, and to find some other things to do that will keep it in existence. But it is already, I think it's already deteriorated into complete irrelevance now. And I think it won't, I don't know if it'll ever be in complete non-existence, but irrelevance is pretty, it's already there.
Right.
In my opinion, it's been irrelevant for a while.
They won't stop. Like Marvel and DC won't stop publishing. They won't just cease to exist because they're attached to these big corporations that can, they can easily absorb the few million that, these comic companies lose every year. It's not much to them. And they'll keep putting the comics out to maintain their copyrights, their trademarks on
They might make some changes, but that I'm skeptical of as well. But yeah, I hear you.
But like some of the smaller companies, like Valiant and IDW and Boom and stuff like that. I mean, those companies are pretty much all on life support now as it is. And
yeah,
I don't know how much longer they're going to be around.
There's going to be some big changes for sure. But as far as relevance as an art, as a cultural art form, it's done. At least as a gigantic, part of the pop culture, which it was for about 80 years or 70 some odd years anyway, because give or take. It's never going to be what it was. There will still be many people who enjoy them. Therefore, there will be those who produce them, and there will be those who are, even a few that are good at producing them, that'll slip through the cracks, but they always have to find alternative ways. Just as, you don't exactly do television or movies exactly like you did 20, 30 years ago. Comics have got to find better venues, and they will. The comic shop, though, I think the biggest thing is the comic shop is changing so much. and how you get comics is changing so much. The delivery system is what's going to change. So there'll always be people who want to make comics, who find that niche audience for themselves. There'll always be people who would like to buy comics, new comics, but not like it once was.
What do you think about this whole this weekend warrior idea where, hey, you know what? I don't even gotta like ever walk into a comic book shop because that would make me nervous if I had to walk in somewhere and buy something with my own moonies. So I'll just steal Dad's credit card and we will get that online subscription to DC. That way I can read all the stories and I can know all the stuff that happens because I got the digital one. That way I don't ever have to walk into a store because Clobby, those store owners, they're exists. That's what I heard.
They make you feel unsafe, don't they?
They're men. They're men. And they make us feel unsafe because we used to be men, but now we have badges. Want to be badges.
Badges.
Badges I sound like freaking Gollum. Psychodorm 9 with $5 super chat says, then AI will start writing and drawing. It'll make the CW look competent.
Yeah, I had the thought, and I don't remember what prompted this thought in me, but I was thinking about how, these comic pros, I call them comic pros, but activists who've come into and it's not just comics, of course, it's also in Hollywood, that have come into the industry in the last, I don't know, decade or so and just kind of taken it over, how they're kind of like cuckoos, how a cuckoo will knock the eggs out of a nest and then lay its own eggs, and then the young take over the nest. And I just had the thought of comparing them to that in a way, because they just kind of come in and knocked out the other pros and replaced them and taken it over in this just almost body invasion of the body snatchers like way.
Thank you, Psychodorm 9, for your $5 super chat, brother. Gwagnar says, going to the local comic shop used to be fun. Now it's depressing. The new issue shelf is half full, and 3/4 of the store are now devoted to other things besides comics so they can make a living. What's that? The Bedrock City Comics that me and 24 go to by where 24 is. Almost half the store's toys, statues, and toys.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're right about that.
So
I remember when they were strictly comics, man. So
I mean, they've got plenty of back issues of stuff you can find. And the place I go to, they have a warehouse. They keep a lot of their back issue stuff in. So if you can't find it up front, it's always a good idea to go and be like, hey, do you have this run, or do you have this of this, or do you have this year, or whatever, because they might have a whole slew of that in the warehouse.
Right.
It's right next to the comic book shop. But they got a pizza parlor, and they've got a room off to the side that has toys and games and stuff in it. And then they've got a whole nother building that has all their Warhammer and their D&D and all that shit in it.
Yeah.
Got all that cardboard crack.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they see they have a problem. I mean, we can kind of see what's going on in the entertainment industry. We can see what happened with things like Blue Beetle. We know what's going to happen with the Marvels. The Marvels, everybody. Come see the 3 most unlikable women in the MCU. That's going to be a hot ticket item.
That's going to be a crowded fight there. That for the top 3 worst. Wow.
It's going to be, you're going to be fighting for tickets to get into that, Clobby, because Disney's going to buy them all, and theaters just
don't forget. And don't forget, because everyone's going to forget, there's still an Aquaman movie to come.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't even think about that. That has nothing to do with what they're doing now. That has nothing to do with what they're doing now. Why? Because Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, and Aquaman all got killed off screen in The Flash. It has nothing to do with anything anymore.
Maybe James is gonna pull all our worries all our minds at ease and tell us that like the Aquaman 2 is the greatest superhero film he's ever seen.
With all,
Sure will.
Go ahead.
Sure will.
Oh, I was gonna say, just like he said for Blue Beetle.
Oh, so that, yes, sir. The next one's always the greatest. Maybe it's the latest superhero movie he's ever seen. Yeah, so it's probably what he meant.
I didn't a lot of people have a problem with Wonder Woman 84, right?
Yeah, because it's terrible.
It's a terrible movie. Do you realize how much gay baiting there is in that movie?
Gay baiting?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know that
I didn't count
the
it, but I guess,
relationship, the relationship between Minerva and
Diana.
Okay, it's all over the map. Well, now we find out that Gal Gadot hasn't been promised anything with the new Wonder Woman, and they are going to go with a femme on femme Wonder Woman. So Steve Trevor will be Stephanie Trevor. They're gonna reforge history, and like because of the Flash, they get to redo this all over again and get to give us a whole new Wonder Woman that doesn't like men at all.
In which movie?
It'll be the new
next
Wonder
one
Woman
in the Gunn saga.
Gunn is going with. Oh God, I'm trying to remember the name of the run.
Oh yeah, it's good. What they're gonna call it? Oh crap! Now something to do with Amazon? No,
Amazon's Attack.
Maybe
scissoring Amazons.
No, seriously, they had a name for it. I think. But I can't. I mean, that's the mascara, but I don't know.
It's a mascara. All right.
Yeah, that mascara. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, if that's what you mean. She's not coming back anyway. I don't know what. That's a phony story.
So
yeah.
all of your OG characters have been killed off screen. Yeah. Do you know there was since we were going to bring up Blue Beetle, I'll bring this up. Do you know that there is a clip that they cut out of Blue Beetle where Batman,
Jaime Reyes.
No.
Uncle
calls him. Batman calls the uncle and is like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was what's his face? Batfleck.
It was Ben Affleck.
Thank God they cut that out.
I'm a fascist. Huh?
It was just a phone call.
Batman just like Santa. He's always listening.
Yeah, how'd you know that? You were listening on? I was watching your stupid movie.
I saw your dumb movie.
I bought 2 tickets.
Because Batman,
I deserve an apology.
Batman doesn't have better things to do than call hippies who call them names.
So, and now Chris Pratt is going to DC because James Gunn went to DC.
Of course.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, he could do something good. I mean, what will they give him, though? Anything cool or, Booster Gold? Maybe Booster Gold would work. Or didn't he already give Guy Gardner to Nathan Fillion? And I would have thought that Pratt would have been good for that, maybe. Or I don't know.
Like maybe Nathan Fillion would have been good. Nathan Fillion would have been good like 10 years ago. And I think he's just a little past that prime.
He's too old for it. But maybe Pratt would be good Hal Jordan. I don't know.
I would have expected Nathan to be Hal Jordan.
Yeah, well,
but you're right, like 10 years ago.
Now, yeah. But maybe Pratt will be called in for that. I'd rather that than them wasting him on something dumb.
Yeah, but now she's gonna hate men.
Of course.
This is not, oh well, she's into chicks. She's gonna hate men.
Yeah.
And Steve Trevor will be Stephanie Trevor.
Naturally.
I'd say, man, there's no greater proof that DC is just not a serious company anymore when you look at how they just allow Tom King to keep wrecking one character after another. And it's just so obvious they just do not care.
How they can have him on the writings, sitting in the writing. Of course, that never is that much of a big deal because he might just be sitting in there and I don't know. But why would you though? It's just crazy. The guy's a joke. But yeah.
So it's the Kelly Sue DeConnick's Wonder Woman queer history rewrite. It's breathtaking and beautiful.
Oh God. Wonder Woman, what? What's that? Did she write that?
The queer history rewrite. Wonder Woman queer history rewrite.
Is that the one with that Tumblr art cover?
The one with the like 280-pound Wonder Woman?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, is that a publication of some kind, or someone just wrote on the internet, or what?
Oh, where they're talking about this? This was on. This was James Gunn promoting it, but the story is over on Bounding into Comics.
Hey, did you did y'all hear about what people dug up from past tweets on James Gunn? He called Christopher Nolan's Batman shit. They've been fucking riding him for that.
Who did?
Last like 2 or 3 days.
Who did? Who did? Who did that?
I saw Gary.
James Gunn called Christopher Nolan's Batman run shitty. Yeah.
You know what? I
don't entirely disagree with him, but
I will say something that will probably be controversial, and some people may hate me for it.
I hate you. There you go. Say it first.
I liked Batman Begins. I didn't love it. I didn't think it was a great movie. I liked it. I liked the whole ninja training shit. I liked the Ra's al Ghul shit, even though that's not canon. I liked it. I liked that shit with Gordon when he's like, "Now we're two." All that I liked.
Fair enough.
There was shit about it that I didn't like, especially with what's her name, the actress. I didn't like her.
Yep.
I thought Batman. I thought Dark Knight was absolutely wonderful. I think it's top Batman. I think Keith did as good a job as Jack Nicholson. That's controversial enough, but I absolutely hated that last movie.
I hated it.
Dark Knight Returns.
We're pretty much on the same page, except I don't like the second one as much as you do, but I hear you. See, that's not controversial. Much, right?
I'm glad it wasn't. I thought I was going to get railroaded because I don't like Begin. I think Begins is okay. I don't think it's a great movie. I don't think it's like a wonderful movie. I just think it's like, okay, this is y'all starting out. 2 was an absolute blast from start to finish for me. I was like, holy shit, I'm glued to the screen. Best damn Batman movie ever. And then 3 was just like, why does this feel like a disjointed mess of 2-3 different movies? And I didn't realize until later that they had cut all this up and filled in the blanks where Superman was in there. And I was like, okay, that makes sense now. This kind of makes a lot more sense than it is 2-3 different movies all at once.
I've always called Nolan's whole thing, the better stuff, the stuff I like or stuff I don't like, as a whole, I always called his take Batman for Dummies. And, I like Begins. There's some good stuff in it. It was a relatively entertaining film. I like it. 2, I think, is one of the most, probably the top 4 or 5 most overrated films of all time, but I think it's good. There are a lot of problems I have philosophically with it, especially toward the ending, but I like it. It's okay, except for that voice that we have to get put on the whole time.
Where are the other drugs, Clubby?
But The Dark Knight Retires is a piece of garbage from hell, and the biggest reason is that the dump it takes. I mean, it first of all, first shout out the box. It asks you to believe that this particular iteration of Batman was maybe, this is 8 years later, right? It opens up 8 years later. Was maybe he was Batman for maybe like a year and a half to 2 years, maybe, roughly speaking, between the beginning of Batman Begins, the ending of The Dark Knight in 80.
Yeah, because they didn't even fix Wayne Manor.
About like 2-3 years tops, maybe, right? If that. That's his whole Batman career. Then he spent the next 8 years, moping around Wayne Manor like a bitch.
Crippled.
It's like, well, I don't, if it's the other way around, if it's like he had something like an 8-year career, then a couple of years, he'd been off, then you can go, when it comes back to it, you can go, well, he's back. I can believe that was the guy that had the skins on the wall as a Batman, but not just like a year or two, whatever it was. And what they did to, see, I hated.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah, I'm not wearing hockey pads. But you know what? At the end of Dark Knight, I hated the way it ended because, first of all, there's no Two-Face in that movie. I don't care if they called him he's not. That movie, they never let you have the villain Two-Face. Two-Face is this is why I hate Christopher Nolan for that. Two-Face is supposed to be, he has his arc, he becomes a villain, and he becomes Two-Face. You don't kill him at the end. Certainly don't kill him at the end. And then you don't cover up for him at the end either. And this bullshit, like, well, it'll destroy Gotham City if we don't cover up for a politician who went bad. Yes, he had bad circumstances happen to him, as opposed to, Batman can take it. It's fine to let Batman take all the blame. I'm sorry. What is more inspiring to you? A guy who takes all that upon himself and saves the city when he could be out doing anything, or a freaking district attorney who's always been a politician? I mean, he's a good guy until he got screwed over. But, I think people believe more in bigger than life heroes than they do politicians. So for Gordon and Batman to conspire to cover up what
Harvey
did was idiotic trash. It didn't belong in a Batman movie.
And you know what, Clobby, the Batman we know, especially like Kevin Conroy's Batman.
Yes.
As soon as Gordon said, his convictions would be overturned, all the work we've done over the past years will be ruined, Batman would have said, and I'll put them back in, Jim. And that would have been it. He's like, I'll get him. I'll go after every single one of them, and I'll put them back in jail, Jim. That's exactly what he would have said.
He said, we'll keep
I work
fighting.
nights.
Batman, Gotham City was better off. Indeed, Wagner, I agree. Gotham City better off with Batman out there fighting villains. And by the way, how cool is it to finally get Two-Face, only to kill him? Again, it's Batman for dummies. He makes movies for the now. He doesn't consider this is not your character. This is Batman. Batman should have characters that go on. He understood it. So he didn't kill Joker, which is unfortunately, what happened to Heath Ledger. But he didn't kill Joker. So I'm like, that's cool. Right. You didn't kill Joker. You got him. We could bring him back. And of course, what happened. But it was still stupid to kill Harvey.
Yeah.
I mean,
they were supposed to have Joker in 3. And
right.
He
exactly.
was the one.
Yeah.
He was the one that was supposed to be the judge. That was supposed to be Joker. That was not supposed to be
Scarecrow.
Thank you. Holy shit. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Getting dementia.
It was a mess. I mean, that third. The punishment will be more severe. I couldn't understand what I'm saying. It was a damn movie.
I was born to it.
Born in the dark.
Someone did a count, or someone has said that he's only Batman in that movie that in Dark Knight retires for like 40, like 28 minutes maybe or something.
Yeah,
and that sounds high to me, but yeah, yeah. So
and I honestly, I don't think if it wasn't for Heath Ledger in Dark Knight, I don't think they would have any of the resonance that they do today still.
Oh no, they wouldn't.
Not.
They probably no. That movie wouldn't have made any money without him, and it probably wouldn't have been a third one because the Dark Knight made $1 billion.
The big issue I had with Dark Knight Rises was that it basically refutes the Dark Knight in a way,
It
because
does.
at the end they set up basically this, as Claudia's talking about, this false narrative where Batman's a murderer. And, at the end, you kind of get this message, there's a voiceover where Bruce is saying, sometimes the truth just isn't good enough.
Ugh.
Sometimes people need to have their beliefs validated, and their faith affirmed and all that. But then when you come back in The Dark Knight Rises, we get that scene where, Gordon's note, Bane reads Gordon's note, on television and exposes the lie. And it kind of sets up this whole idea that, oh, okay, well, sometimes, it's not, in the end, the truth is always going to come out. So you shouldn't set up these lies. It's a bad idea. But then right at the end, they fake Batman's death. And it's like they're setting up another lie again. But now instead of him being a murderer, now he's a martyr who died for Gotham when he isn't. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you're just going back on what you just said earlier in the movie. Yeah.
It made no sense. And what it did, and we don't get political here, but what it did for certain people of a political stripe that I agree with in a lot of things, they all took it and ran with it like this was the most conservative movie ever made. And they all ran with it with mental acrobatics, saying this movie was so anti-Hollywood, anti-Hollywood values. And like CC just mentioned, it was anything but that, because everything was built on lies, just like Hollywood. And it was a faulty premise. Christopher Nolan.
See, this is why I think I've gone to a point where I think I would just rather go back to the 90s movies. And yes, that even means rewatching like Batman Forever and Batman Returns and
Okay,
Batman
I'll go
Robin.
with that, but not Steel. Anything but Steel.
Because
I'll watch Meteor Man again before I watch fucking Steel again.
At least with those, there was a campiness to it all, because they were like there to have fun. They weren't here to try and like tell some big. They didn't think they were above the medium of the comic book. It's like let's put the costumes. Yes, even I don't care. Let's put some fucking bat nipples on this thing. Like let's go into the campiness of it. Let's not try to make everything look like it is super armored, like basically a step away from Iron Man.
Holy rusted metal, Batman. The ground is full of holes. It's holy.
Holy. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
when they did that and Bao like looks up, I could tell he was like, is he improving that? Can we stop for a minute? Is he improving? No,
Seriously?
improving, Robin.
By the way, did I ever get a chance to tell you about when I was watching, what was it, Batman and Robin last?
No.
This was a story I've been kind of promising to tell you. I willingly sat down a couple weeks ago and watched Batman and Robin at the dentist office.
Oh yeah.
At the dentist office, like the whole time. I mean, that is more painful than having your teeth. I see the strategy there.
Well, Klobby, come on. There's a couple. I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. Da-da-da-da. Arnold's the only good part of that whole movie. Everybody
What killed
else.
the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
The Ice Age. It's going to be a cold night in Gotham.
Uma Thurman is the most painful part of that film.
So what
But
happened?
I tell you what, though.
Did somebody see you watching that? Call the cops?
Because I'm like, look, this movie's terrible. I might as well sit down and find the most painful way to watch this film ever, while conscious. And I tell you what, I'm laying down back in the chair. I'm getting my mouth worked on. They're drilling into one of my teeth to replace a crown, and I'm watching like Bane in the chair getting worked on. And I'm like, I have never more like related to a character in my life than this moment.
The 90s Captain America movie was great, Gwagnar. I had that poster. Boy. I had that poster for like 20 years, and it said coming soon to theaters on the poster. Well, guess what? It never came to theaters.
I saw a trailer for it once.
It's
in the
bad.
movie theater.
Ooh, is it bad?
My
But,
favorite part is when when Captain America like steals the guy's car.
and then he gets car sick a couple of times. The guy's terrible with his rubber,
He like
Captain
fakes
Rubber
being
Ears.
sick to lure a guy out of his car, then
Yeah.
jumps in and quickly drives away, and then
Oh.
later he does it again.
Yep,
And
that's true. Italian Red Skull. That's right.
The Italian Red Skull who was
Rubber
sitting there.
ears.
Yeah.
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 But man, oh man. So Caster, were you like trying to? I guess there's either that movie or you could have just watched the scene out of Little Shop of Horrors with the dentist. I'll be your dentist. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I had to come up with a good point where I'm like, okay, I need to put an experiment here. I'm gonna willingly choose to watch Batman and Robin, and then I'm gonna have the dentist work in my mouth. Which would I rather pay attention to?
Wow.
And I tell you, every time Uma Thurman is on the TV, I'm just kind of looking over the doctor like, what you got going on in my mouth here?
Yeah.
Anything but her.
Telling you, man, the Arnold was the only good thing in that movie. And I feel, I don't know why, but when I see Arnold do that, it reminds me of Vincent Price being Egghead. I don't know why. That's the first thing I think of is Vincent Price as Egghead.
Because I think Arnold would have been. I think Arnold would have fit into that movie perfect.
Exactly. I think Arnold would have fit in perfectly as Mr. Freeze in that universe, but everything else is wrong. Everything else in that movie is wrong, from Commissioner Gordon to Poison Ivy to Batman and Robin. I never liked Chris as Robin. I thought they should have. Hell, I'd have taken Eddie Murphy over him. Just whatever. Just not Clooney, and the fact that Clooney is back now, I'm like. Shit all over all that.
Robin was almost played by one of the Wayans brothers.
Well, actually,
was that it?
Yeah, it was Marlon. Marlon Wayans. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, it's not really the fact that George Clooney's Batman returned. It's just letting you know that at the end of Flash's fucking journey, he ends up in Clooney's universe, which means he didn't even come back home. His ass somewhere the fuck else.
Well, you see what happened when Superman reversed time. He threw everything out of whack in the universe, and like Arnold Schwarzenegger wound up falling out of the Adam West universe, and he became the new Mr. Freeze.
I was so pissed when I saw Superman and Supergirl at the end of that movie. I was like, how
Superman who?
Superman and Supergirl. Christopher Reeve.
Oh, you watched the
movie?
Yeah. Are you telling me? So you did watch it, the movie?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I did watch The Flash at home for free.
Of course. Oh yeah.
I just couldn't deal with that. I was pissed.
Nope,
you fuckers don't get to do that. Do not get to do that. How dare you put them on the same screen together like that? And you're killing their world. You're destroying it. So we never had there was never a Christopher Reeve Superman, and there was never a Supergirl. That never happened because you destroyed their fucking universe. How dare you? How dare you do that? How dare you put them out in front of us just to kill them and say, well, guess what? That reality never happened. That is a million times worse than killing off Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, the ones we've had from the Snyderverse, off screen without ever seeing it happen.
Did they kill him?
Well, they're gone.
Oh, well, they don't. Yeah, I mean, they're just not going. They're never going to show them. Yeah,
they don't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, they're never going to show them or anything, probably. But yeah, they're out. They're out of here. I thought you meant.
The thing about that I didn't get was how the fuck did he fucking Andy Muschietti figure out? Hey, let's take Nicolas Cage's fucking Superman, put him in the movie, but let's not put Linda Carter in that bitch.
Well, they should have put Linda Carter. Unless they did.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, man, where the fuck Linda Carter at? All of a sudden,
Linda Carter was in '86, so they already did the Linda Carter thing.
Yeah, but she wasn't Wonder Woman. She was this other character.
Yeah, they should have put her. Wouldn't have hurt him. Just have a little, cute little
because
scene there real quick.
DC doesn't know what it's doing. DC does not know what it's doing. Look at how they trotted out Gal Gadot in '86 in that suit, and she's in that suit for all of 5 seconds. Every ad you saw had her in that suit with the wings and all that shit, the battle suit. And she's in it. Yeah, in '84. And all she does is fighting it for like 2 minutes and it's broke.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're morons. They're stupid.
Well,
hey, we're gonna show you this cool ass scene and we're gonna do this. And it's like when Paramount blew up the Enterprise. Hey, we're gonna throw that in there so you see the Enterprise blowing up. In Star Trek 3, we're gonna let y'all know, hey, the most emotional part of the movie, y'all already know it's gonna happen before you ever go and see the movie.
Well,
that'd be like seeing Spock die in the preview for Wrath of Khan. Go ahead, Classic.
I was gonna say I saw a video just earlier today. There was a woman who was at Warner Brothers back, when they were kicking off the whole Snyderverse thing, and I forget her name now. But she admitted, like around when they were releasing Batman versus Superman, and they put out that whole plan with all the movies, like Marvel does, where they show all this movie's come out on this date, et cetera, and they had Wonder Woman and Flash and Aquaman and Justice League and all this stuff. She's admitting now we had no plan. There was no plan in place. They just put that out there.
Was talking about that.
Yeah, they just put that out there just entirely for appearance's sake, because they didn't want to look like they were just lagging behind Marvel, which of course they were. And they really had no plan at that point. It's just like, a lot of things make sense now.
You know what?
A lot of things make more sense.
And here's what I don't get. You, as Marvel, you are at one point leading the pack and just leaving them behind. You were screaming in a race and just blasting off at warp 9.9. DC doesn't have a chance. They don't know what they're doing. They're just throwing shit together in a mad dash to make their science experiment look presentable. Whereas the person that's going to go on to Caltech, they've already got their shit mapped out. They already got what they're doing. How can you screw that up? I mean, it's a layup. You're in. You're going to one of the best colleges because of your aptitude ever, and you screw it up because you're like, well, nobody can touch us, so we can do anything, and the fans don't matter. You guys don't matter. You guys in chat, guess what? You guys don't matter. It doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what you expect. It doesn't matter what you think we should be doing. We're going to do all this wacky ass shit and completely ignore your interests, the people that have been paying us billions of dollars to come and see our movies. We're going to be like, nah, you don't matter. We're going to do it our way.
Well, it's nice for them to throw a stick in their own spokes to really, really screw it up for themselves so that DC can, try and play catch up and get their act together.
Yeah. Yepper.
And would anybody agree with that they did this on purpose? I've heard of movie companies doing weirder shit. Look at Fox. Fox has continually tripped over its own feet on purpose to get rid of things.
I mean, Marvel did sabotage the X-Men there just to try to replace them.
Yeah, try to fuck over Fox. Yeah, they tanked X-Men as a comic book, man.
Yeah.
They fucking killed Wolverine, X-Men. I think Cyclops became a villain. Everything went to shit.
Although I will say I did actually like that Cyclops where he basically becomes more and more extreme over time. Like that was kind of right when I was really jumping into reading and going to the comic shop. So it was like that 08, 09 right in there where they were going off and doing the Dark Reign stuff. Hey, thank you, Peely. Yeah, it'll be a shame when I think Geet's finished up this week or next, and then they're on to the next series.
Which
Have I been saying your name wrong this entire time? I always say Peli. Is it Peli?
I'm looking at see.
Peli? I wish you. I wish I would have known that Peli. Holy shit! If I've been saying it all the wrong this time, I apologize, Peli.
oh
Holy
man,
shit!
Yeah, no, they totally killed the X-Men, and that ain't coming back.
Well, they DC has killed everything. They killed Superman. They killed Batfleck. They killed Gal Gadot, who I didn't even want originally as Wonder Woman until I saw it in the theater. That was the only good thing about Batman versus Superman to me, was when she came down and they all fought Doomsday together. I was like, holy shit, now we're cooking with fire. I was like, that got me out of my seat. That got me up and like, yeah, let's kick some ass. Even though it was an absolutely ugly Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Doomsday.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Then you look at your watch, it's out there with 3 hours to go. You're like, oh man.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm still expecting a Snyder cut of Batman.
Any day now.
Well, don't worry,
Yeah,
we're also
but-
getting the Snyder cut of his new movie.
That I can handle. They're splitting it into two parts. Okay, I can deal with it. Want to be Star Wars? We'll see what happens.
Nah, I think he went on and said fuck Star Wars or some shit. Now he
He
getting
did,
all
but
ballsy.
they've got lightsabers and it's space battles and it's. He went and wanted to do a Star Wars movie and they said no. So he
Right.
said, "Fuck you! I'll make my own, and mine will have blackjack and hookers in it, just like Seth MacFarlane did with the Orville." So I don't know. We'll see.
They're probably devoid of anything imaginative or original or anything you can glom onto as far as good characters or and they'll have terrible writing. So it's got all that stuff going for it as well.
I've already seen the blue and the red lightsabers. So yes,
Yeah, I've
there
seen
are
that
blue and red lightsabers in this movie.
Just
I
saying.
don't know how they got away with that, but
What, laser swords.
Well, they have
they,
lightsabers that actually kill people when they stab them now, or I don't know.
yes.
Like certain shows.
And he also came out. Zach came out and said, "Look, I would have never wanted to make this at the end of the day like a Star Wars movie because I want to do what I want to do and I don't want to play by Disney's rules." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I can deal with that. I can live with that." That alone
Sure.
makes me go, "Yeah, okay, I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a shot." I love 300. So as soon as I think of Zack Snyder, I immediately think about 300. It's the first thing I think about. And it's just unfortunate that I don't think he's done anything like that since then. He's tried, but it just hasn't happened.
I mean, Dawn of the Dead was good.
Dawn of the Dead was, but it wasn't great.
And it had to be. It had to live up to a movie that was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Amazing, and just couldn't touch it.
Well, I mean, when it came out back 2004, it was written by James Gunn, and it was actually with Mekhi Phifer and Ben Rames, and that shit, dude. Actually, it was the best zombie movie at the time.
I liked Ving Rhames in it. I thought there were some stupid ass people in it. I hate the ending. I hate the ending when they're like, "Oh, have we got, we're going to die. We're going to die on this boat." And they're starving to death and they don't have any water. And then they get to that island and it's been completely overrun with zombies. And I was like, I hated it. I hate the end of that movie. Holy shit.
Hey, thanks for the invite.
What's up, dude?
Oh,
Finishing out my takeout Mexican food with the family. So, how's it going, everyone?
Hey, Mark.
Great to see y'all.
Good to see you too, brother.
how's it going?
Good. I got another great batch of new comics this week.
Did you get Conan?
I did not get Conan. I I should have put that on my poll list. I'm joking because I would show the comics I get each week on my poll list with the Clobbering Times, and it's kind of like, make fun of Mark for the comics he's still buying.
Yes, we have a special on when I'm doing an open Wednesday show. We have a special when he gets every other week he gets his comics in, and it's or sometimes we do it on Monday. It's make fun of Mark's comics choices for the week.
But I have a thick skin, so I can take it. The problem is I keep buying, I've had like runs of comics going, and I can, and I don't want to like stop the run. I'm like, someday we'll get better again, right?
We were talking about that earlier. I don't know if anyone that ever believes that, but you never know.
Never know, right?
I got the 1975 run of Savage Sword of Conan.
Nice.
The other day.
Nice, yeah.
It's not graded or any shit like that. So it's just I'd have
For
to
reading.
get them graded and looked at. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that or if I'm just gonna read them. I really want to just read them. So I mean, I got 18. I think I got 18. And that was at Space Cadets. They had the whole 1975 run. So
How many books was that?
I think it's 18. It's 18 or 19.
Shit, what kind of condition was it in?
Oh, really good. They're really good. They're not yellow, super yellow or nothing like that. They look good. They've been taken care of. There's a guy that she works with that brings her all kinds of stuff and sells it to her. And usually they are in very, very well kept condition. They've been bagged, they've been boarded, they've been boxed, they've been unboxed, and then rebagged and boarded every few years, and he takes care of all his shit. So
Nice.
but
Well,
he's
it's a
been
big thing with the condition, right? I mean,
yeah.
I used to buy what you call them reader copies, right? Where you couldn't afford a really nice copy of some more expensive comics, but I got to have it, check that box in the checklist. So you buy, not a great condition, but at least you could say you owned it. And then you didn't mind reading it too, right? Because it wasn't, it wasn't super pristine. So just enjoy it and read it.
The Star Wars books, the Heir to the Empire books, I will never open. They've never been cracked. They've never been opened. They've been taken out of their bags and put in a different bag and board. That's it. That's all that's ever been messed with. So, and I think he said he did that every 5 years. He switched out the bags and the boards.
Wow.
Mm.
That's dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work switching out all those bags and boards. Yeah, we had, I hope everyone down in Florida is okay, but we had a hurricane up, a long time ago up this way. So I took all my comics out of the basement, which they never should be in the basement anyway. They're worried, we're getting flooded here. And I put them on the dining room table, and then I snapped the legs on the dining room table. It's too many. They're heavy, so I just crashed. I mean, it's bad enough I'm in trouble for buying all these comics to begin with. And then it's like, you just broke the dining room table. So,
Damn.
That's okay. It worked out in the end. But yeah.
Shit, that's crazy.
You just gotta tell her, like, look, on the plus side, you can, like, we get to pick out a brand new dining room table. I mean, that one was getting a little old, right?
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Table. Yeah.
I'm lucky. Every time I go to the comic book store, Eris is like, look for this, this, and this, and make sure you ask her if they have it in the bag. So if I buy something, I'm clear. It's not like I come home and it's like, what are you doing with all these comics? No, she's like, how many of those are mine?
Lucky man.
Yes, indeed. Oh dear.
Well, guys, we're getting out of here. Clobby, what do you got coming up?
Well, in about a little under an hour, it is, of course, the final night of Jack Kirby night Jack Kirby month rather on Clobbering Times, and we're celebrating by Mark D and I will be reviewing 4 issues of one of Kirby's classic FF saga, the Torgo saga, from FF number 91 through 90. It's number 90 through 93, I believe. So
Well, Deba corrected us. He said it was part of
31.
90. Well, part of 90 said, yeah, because that's where Ben gets whisked away by the aliens. So.
Yeah, so there's that, and yeah, so that's pretty much it for tonight. Then of course tomorrow night will be at Tom's on Midnight's Edge at 6 p.m. Central. The Clubhouse back again 9 p.m. Central for some ever-loving blue-eyed collaborating, and with Raquel, of course, and Mark. And then Friday night, starting the monthly off new with reviewing Legion of Superheroes at J-Man's channel, and then the great 32 Players Nick Weiser's channel, reviewing Mark Millar's, what is it? The Starlight. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. So that's just a little bit in there.
Oh, yeah, guys, if you aren't subscribed over at Clobbering Times, the link is in the chat right now. You can catch them there at the top of the hour. Thank you so much, Chris Berger, for posting the link. Classic, what do you got coming up?
Well, I been doing a video where I discuss the upcoming reboot of Babylon 5 and talk about what I think we might see in the reboot, what changes might be made. And I also look at the original story arc that JMS had in mind for it, which is different from what the show wound up being. And again, try to look at what elements of that might be brought back in a new series. It's actually, it was going so long, I broke it up into 2 parts. Part 1 is already up on my channel, and I hope to have part 2 on Friday. And I'll probably do a stream at 7 o'clock Sunday night like I usually do.
All right. Thank you, brother. 24/7 Fusion Media. What do you got coming up, bro? What are you doing?
Not a damn thing, brother. I'm being real as fuck, man.
Until you get your internet back.
Yeah,
God bless you,
yeah. I'm trying to figure that out, man. So, yeah, that's about it, man.
All right. Ironcaster, if you got anything coming up, or you're the guest anywhere, you got something you want to throw out, now's the time, bro.
I think I was talking with Nick Weiser about sitting down and him and I recording a review for the 2nd issue of Conan the Barbarian.
Nice.
As well as, I believe this weekend, maybe Saturday, I'll be getting together with a couple of the guys to discuss the Netflix adaptation of One Piece, which, oh dear God, I am going either way on this. It's either going to be amazing or terrible, and I'm still unsure which way it'll go.
All right. Mark D with the C there. Is there anything you want to throw out before we get out of here, bro? You're more than welcome to.
Thank you. Yeah, real quick, my show was Sunday Night Geekery. That's my big show of the week. So Clobbering Times is always there with a bunch of pals hanging out, talking what's going on in the week. And I just got this new action figure, so I got to do a review of that coming up.
Nice.
Classic old Hawkeye figure. And Clobbering Times ended up getting one of those because of me,
I
too.
sure did.
Chipping in for his birthday. So
is that a Raiders record?
Yeah, that's it. I'm doing finish up a review of that. That's the original Raiders that one of my dad's friends went to see Raiders opening night in Texas, in Dallas, and they had the first 100 people got promotional copies of the record.
Nice.
Promotional copy stamp on the back. So I'm finishing up a video on that one too. But yeah.
If you ever decide to sell that, you know who to call first.
All right, I got put you on the list. Yep, yeah. Here, I'll flip it over. You want to see the stamp?
Do it.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice. That's yes, that's absolutely badass. I love that. Yeah, dude. If you ever decide you want to get rid of it, please let me know.
Well, I'm gonna make a list for my wife when she gets rid of me, so she knows who can collect my stuff. That record goes to Loki. Clobbering Times gets my thing signed.
No,
make a list. She should be happy to get rid of all this stuff.
Thanks.
But thank you, everyone. Yeah, sorry, we could only pop in for a few minutes, but I appreciate the invite, and
Dibs on your King Kong.
Personally. Yeah, right. You have the King Kong, sure. I'll get that list going. Well, might as well find a good home if I'm not here, God forbid, right? I mean, rather have someone enjoy it than
I hear you there.
Just gonna like flip it on eBay or sell it for money. So I could much rather have someone who appreciates stuff. So that's why we collect it, right? Because we love
That's
it.
right.
Thank you very much. Yep.
Thank you guys so very much. Thank you, Ironcaster, Classic Comics, 24/7 Fusion Media, Clobbering Times. I almost said Clobbering Times, and Mark B with the C. You guys absolutely rock. Guys, we're getting out of here. We will be back tomorrow morning for a very strange show. It will be Mornings of Mischief, Taco Thursday, turning your back on your audience. It's going to be a weird Thirsty Thursday because it's not. It's going to be a Taco Tuesday, a YouTube Talk Wednesday, and a Thirsty Thursday. So it's going to be an absolute crazy ass morning show tomorrow. But until then, guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. We'll see you in the morning on Mornings of Mischief. Have a great one, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Folks.
Hey.
Right.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.